So, up to in the last session, we discussed about the concept of AWS, VPC, virtual private cloud. Here in last session, we discussed creation of virtual private cloud, creation of subnets, internet gateways, and routing table discussed in the last session. Now, also in the last session, we discussed about that is how we are launch the web servers using the public subnet and launching the database server using private subnet. These we have covered in the last session. So in very quick manner, those I have completed in hands. Already I seen in the last session. Now we have seen that concept. That is, I have to open my AWS account, sign in. Now go to the VPC and search box you type it. Click on VPC. Now I create the virtual private cloud. Click on create VPC. I have to choose the option VPC only. I am given the name is BCE VPC. Scroll down. I am given CADR 28.0.0.0/16 I am given. Scroll down. Click on create VPC. The VPC is created with the name VCE VPC. See that? This is not a default VPC. That is, your created VPC is created. Your own virtual private cloud is created. Similarly, I am creating the subnet also. That is, to create the subnet, you can click on the subnets under the left side. Under virtual private cloud, the subnet option is there. Click on the subnet. Click on create subnet. You have to give the subnet. The subnet name is I am given as, first we have to choose the virtual private cloud. Whatever you are created the virtual private cloud, that virtual private cloud we can choose it, VCE VPC. We have to give the subnet name, that is public subnet. And availability zone, there are showing in the Mumbai region AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. Here, if we are chosen AP South 1C, the T2.micro instance is not there. That's why I am not chosen the availability zone AP South 1C. I am chosen the availability zone 1A and 1B only. So for public subnet, I am chosen AP South 1A. Scroll down. You have to give the CADR 28.0.1, the public subnet, .0/24 we have to give the public subnet. Scroll down. Click on create subnet. The subnet is created. That is, we can assign the IP addresses 256, but the 5 IP addresses are reserved in the AWS. First 4 IP addresses and the last IP address. That's why the remaining available IP addresses are 251 is showing. I am choosing the availability zone for this public subnet is AP South 1A I am chosen. Okay, fine. Now I am creating the another subnet. Click on create subnet. Choose the VPC, VCE VPC. Subnet name I am chosen. Private subnet I am given. Availability zone AP South 1B. I am given the CADR name 28.0.2.0/24 I am given. Hold on. Click on create subnet. That is, I am created the 2 subnets with the name public subnet and the private subnet. The two subnets are created. See that? The two subnets I am created. Now, see here. One is public subnet and another one is private subnet. Two subnets I am created. Now, you see the public subnet. How many IP addresses we can assign? 251. For private subnet also 251. Why? Because class 24 I am. Now we are able to see the IPv4 addresses 251 because 5 IP addresses AWS is reserved from each subnet. That's why the 251 available IP addresses are showing. Now we have to select the public subnet, click on actions. Here we have to choose edit subnet. Here for public subnet, we have to put the tick mark auto assign public IP. Put the tick mark. Scroll down. Click on save. Only I am given for public subnet auto assign public IP. I have to enable. Now we have to see that here in this one, auto assign public IP for public subnet I am providing. For private subnet I am not providing. That's why the no option is showing. Okay, fine. Now I am creating the internet gateway. To create the internet gateway on VPC under the virtual private cloud, we can choose the internet gateways. Why we are using the internet gateways? That is the communication between your VPC and the internet. For providing the communication, we have to create the internet gateways. In the last session, I explained very clearly. Now click on create internet gateway. I have to give the internet gateway name is, that's I am given the name is for internet gateway BCE internet gateway I am given. Hold on. Click on create internet gateway. Now we can select internet gateways. Whatever you are created the internet gateway that is displayed. See that. What is the state for VC internet gateway? That is detached. I'm not attaching the virtual private cloud. How we can attach the virtual private cloud for this internet gateway? We select the internet gateway, go for actions, attach VPC. Here we have to select the VCE VPC, click on attach internet gateway. Okay. Now see the internet gateway. What is the state? Attached. The state is attached. Those are the steps we have to follow to attach the virtual private cloud to the internet gateways. Now, we need to attach our internet gateway to our subnet, but we don't have attached the internet gateway directly to the subnet. We have to use the routing table also. That's in the last session, I explained the routing table concept. See that? See that why we are using the routing table? That is to interact with the virtual private cloud to the subnet. We have to use the routing table we have to use. How we can create the routing table? That is under the virtual private cloud, we have to choose the route table. Now we can click on the route table, click on create route table, give the route table name. I am given the route table name is VC route table. Select the VPC, VPC I am chosen. Click on create route table. The route table is created. Now we have to attach the route table with the subnet. How we can attach the route table with the subnet? Click on route table, VCE route table, go for actions, click on edit subnet association. Now here we have to choose the public subnet. Click on save association. Right. Now we choose the route table. Go for actions. Click on edit routes. Here we select target and destination. Target is our internet gateway, that is internet gateway, and the destination IP address we have to choose it. For that we can click on add route. Destination is this one. Here we can type it the target, that is internet gateway. You can choose this one. Click on save changes. To enable the internet access for our instance, we must create a default route pointing to internet gateway as shown in second row, that is in this I'm providing just now. After that, we can click on the save changes. Okay, fine. I am creating the VPC with the name I am creating VCE VPC. Subnets I am creating public subnet, private subnet. Internet gateway I am creating with the name VCE Internet Gateway. Routing table also I am creating with the name VCE Route Table I am creating. Now I am launching the instances in Mumbai region, EC2. Click on EC2. Okay. Now, is there any instances are running? No. Now we choose the instances. Click on launch instance. I am given the instant name is VCE web server. Scroll down. I am chosen the Amazon machine image is Amazon Linux. Pre-tier eligible one I am selecting. Scroll down. Instant type T2.micro I am chosen. Key pair I am creating, that is VC web server. We can download the key pair .pem format only. I'll tell you the reason why you can download the .pem format. Click on create key pair. Key pair is downloaded. Now in the network settings, click on edit option. Here in earlier we are choosing the default VPC we are chosen. Now we can choose whatever you are created the virtual private cloud. I am creating in this session the VCE VPC I am creating, that I am chosen. Here in this instant for VCE web server, the instant I am choosing the subnet is public subnet I am chosen. Here in public subnet I am providing auto assign public IP. Now I am creating the security group, that is VCE web server security group. This I copy and paste it in the description. Scroll down. Now I am adding the additional security group rules I am adding. Here I am chosen SSH Linux server. There the type is SSH, source type is anywhere. Now I have to add another security group. There the type I am chosen HTTP. Source type is anywhere I am chosen. Right. Scroll down. I am not adding any additional storage. I am not adding any additional storage. You can click on advanced details. Here I am choosing the script, that is this is the script I am using. Already I am used the JSON, this script I am using. Click on that. You have to copy and paste this script, paste it here. Hold on. Click on launch instance. That is VC web server is launched. Now similarly I am creating another instance I am launching in the private subnet. That is in the private subnet I am launching the database server. Click on launch instances. The name I am given VC database. Choose the Amazon machine image, Amazon Linux. Pre-tier eligible one I am chosen. Pre-tier eligible one. instant type t2.micro, key pair, VCE, database server, hold on, PEM format, click on create key pair. Now in network settings, click on edit option, choose the VPC, VCE VPC, subnet we can choose private subnet. The auto assign public IP for this one is disabled. For this one is disabled. Now I am chosen, scroll down, security group name I am given as VCE database server security group. As I copy and paste it in description, scroll down. Here in security group, I am chosen for this one is not SSH. We have to choose MySQL or Aurora. This we have to choose it. And the source type is custom. We have to choose it. Here we have to source is we can type it. The source is 28.0.1.0/24 I am given. I am given. Hold on. I am not given any additional stories. I am not given any advanced details. Only the thing is, I am selecting the security group role that the type is MySQL or Aurora. Source type is custom. Here the source I am given first public subnet. That is the 28.0.1.0/24 I am given. Click on launch instance. The database server is launched. Now we'll see the instances. We'll see the web server. You have the public IPv4, private IPv4. Private IPv4 is within our range or not? 28.0.1.79. That is below 251. Public subnet IP address range. It is there. Now we can check the database server. See that private IP address is within the range is there, but there is no public IP address. Why? Because auto assign I am not enabled for private subnet. That's why there is no public IPv4 is there. Only the private IPv4 is showing. Private IPv4 is showing. Now, I am using if database administrator wants to connect database server, needs to have the internet connection, and if we give the internet connection to the database server, we'll have the public IP address. If our server has public IP address, it can easily hacked by the hackers. That's why for database servers, we are not given the public IPv4. For that, we are using the Bastion server you are using. Bastion server or the Bastion host is a server. The main purpose is to provide access to the private network from an external network, such as the internet connection. The Bastion server is nothing but the normal EC2 mission. Now, that is, we'll see in the diagrammatically, Bayesian server. This is diagrammatically I am representing, where we have to launch this Bayesian server is in the public subnet we are launching. See that. That is to connect the database server. First, we have to launch the Bayesian server in the public subnet. With the help of the Bayesian server, we are connecting to the database server. That's why I'm saying that the Bayesian server is nothing but a normal EC2 mission. For that, what are the steps we have to follow? Those are the steps we have to follow. I have to explain with hands-on. Now, we have to click on EC2 service, click on launch instances, and given the instant name is Bayesian server. Scroll down. I have to choose the Amazon mission image, Amazon Linux. pre-tier eligible one I am chosen. Scroll down. Instant type is t2.micro. Key pair I am creating the Bastion server. You can choose the private key format, PEM file format I am chosen. Scroll down. In network settings, we have to choose the your VPC, that is VCE VPC. Subnet you are chosen public subnet, and if you are chosen the public subnet is auto assign public IP is enabled. I am given the security group name, that is Bastion server security group name. Copy and paste it in description also. Hold on. Here we have to create security rule, that the SSH type we are chosen, and the port range is 22. Source type is we have to choose my IP. This is my system IP is showing. If you want to doubt 103.102.86.3/32, this is my system, my IP address. See that? My IP address. This is 103.102.86.3/32 is nothing but only for this IP address. Scroll down. In real time, we select the source type is custom. Now here I am selecting my IP I am selecting. If you are chosen in real time the source as custom and enter the database administrator system IP address is entered. Here instead of my IP address, the database system IP address is entered. Scroll down. I am not adding any additional storage. I am not adding any advanced details. Click on launch instances. Now the Bastion instance is launched. Now we can connect to the Bastion server through SSH. From Bastion server we need a jump database server. We need to jump the database server. It means that the database server SSH port we should be open to the Bastion server. For that we have to note down the private IP address for the Bastion server. Choose that. The Bastion server public IPv4 and the private IPv4. Private IPv4 address we have to copy and paste it for Bastion server. This is the private IPv4. Now select our database. We have to select the database. Now here we have to select security. Under the security we can select the security group. Now go for actions. Click on edit inbound rule. See that here only MySQL or Aurora is there. We can click on add rule. Here we have to select type is SSH and custom. Here we have to choose sources custom 28.0.1. That is a private IPv4 of the Bastion server. We have to copy and paste it. This is /32 we have to give. Click on save changes. Now we need to connect the Bastion server. To connect the Bastion server, we need the public IPv4 of the Bastion server. That's I have to copy and paste it. This is the public IPv4 for the Bastion server. I copy and paste it in the notepad. First, you need to convert the PEM file format to .ppk format. You have to open the Putizen software. Open it. Before that, in downloads, any PPK format is there or not. You can see that in downloads. There is no PPK file formats are there. Okay, you have to load on downloads, select all files, Bastion server, click on open. Okay, you have to save. I am given Bastion server. Click on save option. It is saved. Now we have to open the putty software. Now we have to copy and paste the public IPv4. The Bastion server public IPv4 is this one. Copy and paste it. On the left side, click on SSH, authenticate, browse the key, Bastion server key, click on open, accept. We have to give the login as EC2-user, click on enter. See that Bastion server is connected. I have to change the appearance. Okay. This is the Bastion server IPv4, private IPv4, 28.0.1.144. This is our NAT 28.0.1.144. That's why I'm connecting the Bastion server. Now, with that Bastion server, I want to connect the database server. First, we have to switch to the root user. How we have to switch to the root user? By writing the command sudo su. Click on enter. Now we have to update the repository. How we have to update the repository? That is, you type it yum update -y. Click on enter. Now it is updated. Okay, it is updated. Wait. Now it is completed. See that it is completed. Now we have to copy. We have to minimize this one. We have to select the database server. Click on connect. Here, the SSH client tab, you can select it. You copy this SSHI, paste it here on putty. Click on enter. What happened? That is, you can type it yes. That is, are you sure you want to continue connecting? Type it yes. You are getting an error message. You are getting. See here. Permission is denied. Permission is denied. That is, we are getting an error message because to connect any of EC2 mission, we need the PEM file, and in our Bastion server, we don't have the PEM file format. That is, this PEM file is not there in the Bastion server. You need it. You know that you are very familiar how to transfer from your laptop or from your computer to the server to transfer the files. In Linux server, we are using WinSCP software. In the beginning of the sessions, I am saying that is transfer local files to the launched server. In Linux server, we are using the WinSCP software. Now I am using the WinSCP software. Before that, I have to copy and paste the public IPv4 of the Bastion server. This is public IPv4. I have to open the WinSCP software. Click on that. Here we have to type the host name or the public IPv4. Username is EC2-user. Password. Click on advanced settings. Here authenticate. Here you have to browse the key. Bastion server key. Click on open. Click on OK. Login. Was now it is connected. Wait. Okay. Now, in downloads, we see database server, PEM file is there. Just drag and drop here on this one. Now you can minimize this. You can refresh this one. Go for database server, connect on SSH. You have to copy SSHI, paste it here now. Click on enter. See that now it is connecting the database server. What is the IP address for the database server? 28.0.2.5. Database server private IPv4. If you want to doubt, you can check this one. Database server. See here, same. Both of them are same. 28.0.2.5 means I am connecting the database server. I am connected database server. Okay, fine. Now, if we have to install, we cannot. We are get. Suppose here we have to update the MySQL database. First, we have to switch to the root user. Sudo su. Click on enter. Now we have to upgrade the MySQL database. How we have to upgrade the MySQL database? That is yum install MySQL. Is MySQL is -y. Click on enter. It is loading. Wait for a few minutes. Yeah. That is, we cannot find a valid based URL for this one. We are getting an error message. That is, we cannot install as we are not having the internet connection to the private subnet. See here, private subnet. That is, we don't have the internet connection for this private subnet. That's why it is getting an error message. For this, we need to create network address translation we are connecting. We can connect network address translator. See that? That is, we can now use the network address translator, that the NAT gateway is a highly available for the AWS manager service that makes it easy to connect to the internet from the instances within the private subnet in AWS virtual private cloud. We need to create the NAT in public subnet. That's I am representing here, NAT gateway. We had to create. With that, we are connecting the private subnet. Okay. What are the steps we have to follow? For that, we can click on NAT gateway. That's we can do here. Here, we search it on the search box, the VPC. Click on that. Here on left side, under the virtual private cloud, NAT gateways option is there. Click on that. Till now, there is no NAT gateways are there. Now I am creating the NAT gateway. Click on create NAT gateway. I am giving the NAT gateway name is VCE NAT gateway, Adman College of Engineering, NAT. Subnet I am chosen. We can choose the subnet. That's I am choosing the subnet is public subnet I am choosing. Scroll down. Here, in the NAT gateway, we have to allocate elastic IP address. Means the static IP address we have to assign. If we are using the elastic IP address, means we are holding that IP address. The static IP address we are holding. After completion of your practice, you must release that elastic IP address. If you are not releasing that elastic IP address, means you are getting a bill from the AWS. That's why after completion of your practice, you must release the elastic IP address. I'll told you later how to release the elastic IP address. So just we can assign allocate elastic IP address. This is the paid service. We can click on allocate elastic IP address. Okay. Scroll down. Click on create NAT gateway. NAT gateway is created. Now, click on NAT gateway. See that it is taking the time. The state is pending. There is NAT gateway will take near about the 2 minutes time to create the NAT gateways. Why? Because it is selecting the static IP address. For that, it is taking the 2 minutes of time. Now we need to connect the NAT gateway to the private subnet, but we cannot directly connect to the private subnet. We need, with the help of the routing table, to connect the internet gateways. See that. For that, in the diagram, it is represented the routing table in this one. That's why we can create the routing table. Go for the routing table. See that we have total 3 routing tables are there. One is default routing table, and another one is we have created for internet gateway, and one system is created while creating our VPC. Total, the 3 routing tables are there. We can create a new routing table. Click on create new routing table. To give the routing table name is NAT VCE we are given. NAT route table we have to give name. Scroll down. We can select the VPC. Scroll down. Click on create route table. Route table is created with the name NAT route table. NAT route table. Now we can attach the private subnet. How we can attach the private subnet? Select the routing table. Go for actions. Edit subnet association. Here we can attach the private subnet. Click on save association. Now we can select this route table. Go for actions. Edit routes. Here we can select target as NOT gateway and the destination is anywhere. Click on add route table. Destination is anywhere and target is NAT gateway. Your created NAT gateway is there. That's we can select it. Click on save changes. Scroll down. Now we have to run the command, that is to update the MySQL. We have to run the command on putty. That is, we can run the command. Before that, we can check it. We can check it. The NAT gateway, the state. Now see that the state is available. Fine. Now, in the putty software, we have to run the command. That is, we can update the MySQL. Yum install MySQL -5. Click on enter. See that? See that? Now it is updated. Okay. Now it is completed. It is completed. Still our database server don't have the public IPv4. See that? Database server don't have the public IPv4. If you want to doubt, you can see that. EC2 instances database server don't have the public IPv4. Okay. Now select the web server. Select the web server. That is, you have to copy and paste it, the public IPv4. in the new browser, paste it, click on enter. See that you are getting the result, Amazon Web Services. You are getting the result, Amazon Web Services is result. Now, I am providing okay. Now I am providing the additional layer of security for our virtual private cloud that controls the traffic in and out of one or more subnets. For that, we are using network access control list. We are using the another concept, network access control list. We are using, right? That is, it is a additional layer of security for our virtual private cloud. It is controlling traffic in and out. In and out. For that, we are using network access control list. We are using whatever in the traffic or out the traffic, it is providing the additional layer of security, network access control list. How we are providing? That is, generally we are given the increments 10 or hundreds we are given. That is for using the NACL, network access control list. Okay. How we can do this, I can explain with hands-on. Okay. Now, can minimize this. VPC, we can type it. Now, in the left side, we can select network ACL's option is there under the security. Click on that. Click on create network ACL. You have to give the name, that is, I am given the name is, you have to give the name, that is VCE NACL, and we can select virtual private cloud. That's our private cloud. We can choose it. Click on create network access control list. There the network access control list is created. See that VCE NACL is created. Okay. Now here it is associated with, there is no association right now. In the previous, see that 2 subnets are there, 3 subnets are there. Now here there is no subnets are associated. We can see there is no subnets attached to our network access control list. How we can attach the network access control list association? How we can attach the subnets to our NACL? We can select the NACL, go for actions, edit subnet associations. Now here we can choose public subnet. Scroll down, click on save changes. Now we try to access the web server. This is the web server. I can open parallelly the another one also. Web server, public IPv4. Now you will try the web server. Refresh this one. We'll try to access the web server. What happened? The connection has timeout. We are not able to access the web server. Now we need to open ports in NACL. How you need to open ports in NACL at inbound and outbound rules. For that, we have to open your AWS, scroll down, NACL option is there, click on that. Here, we have to click on your NACL, VC NACL, go for actions, click on edit inbound rules. Okay, here roll number star is indicating. There is no allow or deny. There is no allow or deny. That's why we are not getting the result when we are copy the web server public IPv4, paste it in the browser. We're not getting any result. Already I am saying that the NACL, it is providing an additional layer for in and out of the traffic. Right now, I am not allowing or I am not allowing the permission. I am not allow or deny the permissions. Now, click on add rule. Here we can write the rule. That is, we have to enter the rule number, the 100 we have to enter. Hundreds or tens, like that way we can enter the rule number. 100. The type we have to choose it. SSH we have to choose it. Here we can access the Bastion server only to the particular IP address only. That is, here we can enter the Bastion server, the IP address. I can enter. This is the Bastion server. Okay. This one we can enter. Copy and paste it here. /32. That's I allowed. Next. And also I have to add another rule. Click on add new rule. Here now we have to give the rule number 200. Then type is we have to choose the HTTP. Okay. Now the same thing, that is we can add the sources anywhere. Okay. We can click on save changes. Now if we try the same thing, refresh this browser. We can't access. We are getting an error message that the connection is timeout. Now we need to add the rules in outbound rules also the same. We are adding the inbound rules. We are not adding the outbound rules. How we can add the outbound rules is select the NACL, go for actions, edit outbound rule. That is 100. Edit outbound rules also the same. We can proceed it. That is 100. And choose the type is SSH. And the destination is Bastion server private IPv4. /32. Hello. Another rule 200. Type is HTTP. And here anywhere. Now we can click on save changes. Now we can refresh the browser. We can copy and paste the public IPv4. You paste it. Still, we are not able to connect the web server. Why? Because some informal ports are required. That is, In NAT gateway we have to use the port number 1024 to 65,535 port number it is required. See that still we are not getting the connection for the web server. Means an informal port is required. In the NAT gateway we are using, that is we can use the port range 1024 to 65,535. That's I can explain in the theory. We'll see that. The NAT gateway. See here. This is. That is, to avoid this problem, AWS is providing a range of ports 1024 to 65,535. That's I can copy this. Copy this. Now we can add the informal ports. We can click on the VCA NACL actions. Click on edit inbound rules. Add rule. We can add the rule in multiples of 100, 300. We can choose the custom TCP, and here we can give the range. Port range is this one, 1024 to 65,535. Here the source is anywhere. The permission is allow or deny. Allow. Click on save changes. Same thing we can done it in outbound rules also. Add new rule 300 TCP. Here we can paste it. Allow. Click on save changes. Now you try to access the web server. We are able to access the web server or not? We try to access. Now see that we are getting the result. If you want to doubt again, we copy and paste it. The public IPv4. See here. We are getting the result. That is, I apply up to using the NACL and adding the allow rules only. Now I'm adding the deny rules. Deny rules. How we can apply the deny rules? That is, we can create one more rule in inbound rule and the outbound rule in deny rules. Okay. We can select VCA NACL, go for actions, edit inbound rule. Now I'm adding the rule number, the 201. Here we can choose the port range is HTTP. Now here I am given anywhere. Instead of allow, we can choose it deny. Okay. Click on save changes. Similarly, we can give outbound rule also. Add new rule 201. Here we can choose HTTP. Here I am given deny. Deny means not allowed. Click on save changes. Now you copy and paste the web server public IPv4. You paste it. This is I am adding. I paste the public IPv4. See that? Still I am getting the result even though I am providing the deny rule. That the deny rule can be worked out, not the upper rule. We can use the lowest rule number will have the highest priority. That's why we can't give the rule number 201. We can give the rule number the lowest one. That is, go for actions, edit inbound rule. We can remove this one. I can add the rule number is add 199. HTTP. Type is HTTP. Here, click on deny. Scroll down. Click on save changes. Similarly, for outbound rule also, I can remove this one. I can add the new rule 199 HTTP deny. Save changes. Now, you copy and paste web server public IPv4. Copy and paste it. Now you try. You will try. You will try. This one, last one. See that? See that? Just now I copy the public IPv4 for the web browser. Still it is continuing. Timeout. Why? Why it is timeout? I am apply here the delay rule I applied. See that? Here in NACL, inbound rule and outbound rule I am given. That is 199 delay rule I am using. If I remove this one, I can save this, and in outbound rule also I can remove this one, this rule, and I can save this. Now I can refresh this browser. We are getting the result. See here, we are getting the result. In earlier we are not getting the result. That is the network access control list. That is the NACL. It is providing an additional layer of security. That is for providing in and out of the traffic. For that we are using NACL. We are using, right? For that we are using the port ranges we are using. It is a security layer for our virtual private cloud that controls the traffic in and out of one or more subnets. It is an optional layer for our virtual private cloud. That is to avoid the hackers, we are using this virtual NACL we are using. Okay. This is about the Bastion server, how we can use the NAT gateways, and how we are using NACL for providing the security also I am explained. Now, before that, to close the session, we can delete the process, all the process. If you are using NAT gateway means you are getting the bill. Already we are using the elastic IP address. Elastic IP address is nothing but we are using the static IP address. We are holding the IP address is nothing but you are getting a bill from the AWS. That's why after completion of your practice, all those things we can delete it. Okay. Then what is the procedure for the deletion process? That is, first we can delete the NAT gateway. Where the NAT gateways are there? This is go for actions, delete NAT gateway, can delete. Click on delete option. And then delete all EC2 missions. We can select 3 EC2 missions, instant state, terminate the instant. Click on terminate. And then we can delete the VPC, whatever you are creating the VPC. That is, you are deleting the virtual private cloud. You are created virtual private cloud is nothing but automatically it is deleting the subnets, internet gateways, and the routing tables. Select your virtual private cloud, go for actions, delete VPC. See that? That is it is providing the network interfaces is providing. That is, some of them are running. That's why it is not deleting. It is taking the time. Wait for a few minutes. After that, it can be deleted. And then we can release the elastic IP. If you are not releasing the elastic IP, then definitely you are got the bill from the AWS. Right? Go for actions. We can release elastic IP. That must be there. Release. Then only you are not getting a bill from the AWS. Okay. Now on EC2 dashboard, you can check it. Refresh the browser. How many instances are running? 0. Is there any elastic IP addresses are there? 0. Again, you can refresh this one. There is no that. If you want to delete the key pair also, we can delete the key pair. All the key pairs we can select it. Go for actions, delete. Type delete. If you want to delete the security group also, for security groups, we are not getting a bill, no doubt. Select the security group and we can select the security groups. Those are the security groups are there. Click on actions, delete security group. Here we can type it, delete. Security groups are also deleted. Refresh this. Those instances will be terminated in the Mumbai region after 1 hour. Okay. Now, I will try this in NACL. The VPC is delete or not. Go for actions, delete VPC. Now it is deleted. See that. Taking time. Delete. Those are the deletion process. Those steps also I am providing after completion of your practice. That is I am providing. See that. Delete NAT gate, delete all EC2 instances, delete VPC, and then release the Elastic IP. You are deleting the NAT gateway means you are not releasing the Elastic IP. You must release the Elastic IP. Then only you are not getting a bill from the AWS. If you are not releasing the Elastic IP means that static IP is holding in AWS in the Mumbai region in your account. That's why you are getting the bill from the AWS. So after completion of that, you are delete the NAT gateway, you can delete all EC2 mission, you can delete the virtual private cloud, and then we can release the Elastic IP. If you are not releasing the Elastic IP, then you are getting a bill from the AWS. That's about the concept today. Any queries? At the end, I am providing the differences also. What are the difference between security group and network access control list? The difference also I am providing. See here. Those things we can prepare. Those are the differences I can mention. You can prepare it. That's about the today's session. Okay. Thank you.